Hey guys, welcome back to Think Beautiful, the channel where I basically torture myself and watch Meghan Markle on Netflix. Yes, I'm doing this for you. Now, first of all, I just finished watching With Love Meghan Holiday Celebration. That is an absolute mouthful, and it is just as much of a mouthful as the stuff that Meghan was banging on about because nothing happens in this. She talks a lot but doesn't really do much at all. Heads up. This is a shocker. It is terrible. If this wasn't Meghan Markle, if it wasn't someone associated with the royal family, let's just say it, if she hadn't have married Harry, she would not have a show. This would be canned. If I rocked up to Netflix and said, I've got this idea, I'll just make a few crafts I've never done before, have some people on I've never met who are also not very good on camera. I'll get to that as well. What do you think, Ted Sarandos? Is this a goer? Oh, by the way, I'm going to drink my way through the whole show. Is that going to be okay with you guys? Can I get my 100 mil straight up? He would say, get the heck out of my office, girl. All right, security, get this girl out of here. This show would not go ahead. It is as simple as that. Everything about Meghan is only because of Harry and the royal family. So I just had to get that off my chest because this is a disaster. Okay, so let's get into this because it starts off with Meghan by herself skipping around a Christmas tree farm. Now, I don't know about you guys, but picking a Christmas tree is a great activity to do with your children. But of course, there's no children in this episode. I didn't think there would be, but at least, I don't know, bring someone with you. Oh no, Meghan skips around all by herself. Honestly, this image is alarming. She should have been escorted out of there as soon as possible. So she chooses a tree. Wow, great. She tells us how much she loves the holiday season. Wow, amazing. And she says that it's all about a family story. Well, that's a bit rich coming from you, Meghan. It was at this point, a minute and 28 seconds into the show, that I said my first, oh God, literally 1 minute and 28 seconds. I wrote that down on my notes. Now, she gets home, or sorry, let me just say, this is not her home, of course. She's renting some expensive mansion that now you can hire out for weddings, by the way. And she starts to decorate the tree, and she tries to tell us how to decorate the tree as well. I mean, it never ends with Meghan. Everything she does, she's apparently an expert. I like to put the lights on the inside, and then, I put my decorations like this. Like, no one cares, Meghan. We know how to dress a tree, for goodness sakes. So she's just always telling us what to do. Now, I found this image as well. This looks highly edited, if you ask me. There's something odd about that. But this is the place where she is celebrating Christmas. It's the same as season 1 and season 1.2 or 1.5 or 1 3/4, like a Harry Potter movie or something. But this is the same place. It's the Montecito Orchard private estate, okay? Because nothing screams family and Christmas like renting some overpriced mansion from people that you don't actually know. So it's all the same. She's just doing this kind of cookie cutter approach, which is pretty funny because she always says she doesn't like a cookie cutter approach. But here we go, season 3, holiday celebration. It's exactly what she's doing. Now, the first craft she does, because I know you've been dying to find out, is this advent calendar. Now, this is the most beige Christmas you'll ever see because there's no chocolates or lollies for the kids. So she does one for Lily and one for Archie. And she puts things in there like little notes that say, I love you because you're so brave. I love you because you're so kind. All right. First of all, I don't think some of her kids can read this. Like Lily probably can't read properly yet. All right. Archie might struggle. We don't actually know. And the kids are going to be like, but where's the fun? What is going on? How come my friends get chocolates and I get this little note of scribble? Now, it was at this point, 2 minutes and 52 seconds, that I did my first eye roll. Honestly, I'm not even joking. Again, I wrote that down, okay? Okay, we then get Meghan scratching on the chalkboard. Now, I always thought the sound of nails on a chalkboard was awful. The only thing worse is Meghan's calligraphy on a chalkboard. Let me tell you, it sounds awful, and the end result is not even worth it either. Look at this. "'Tis the seasoning." Now, Meghan will tell you that is mum jokes. Hashtag mum jokes. Yeah, well, it's not funny, and like, just please stop. Can someone just take the chalk away? That would really help us out here. Now, finally, we get to the first guest, because there are quite a few guests in this. So that was long enough without a guest, I thought. So the first guest, he is actually pretty good. I will say that he did a good job, but he's a professional. So anyone next to Meghan will look pretty good, I suspect. And his name is Will Guidara. Now, this is the guy who is married to Christina Tossi. Okay, so I said in one of my last episodes that I'm sure she said, if I had to do this, you're going to have to give it a go as well. So here he is. Now, Meghan says she met him years ago at one of his restaurants. I'm guessing she was there with maybe like a Corey or something in another life. She doesn't mention when, so I can't do the math, but I'm guessing if it was in her restaurant era, it's probably with Corey. I'm sure Corey would love to make a comment on this video and let us know. If you're listening, Corey, please give us the details. So Salmonella Sussex starts cooking for him, and she makes some, I don't know, some little, they look like vol au vents or something. I don't even exactly know. She never gives you the recipe for anything, so she doesn't actually want you to cook the stuff. But they start drinking pretty early as well, and then they start to do some craft, because all middle-aged men love to do craft, don't they? Isn't that what guys like to do in their spare time? Yeah, anyway, so they make Christmas crackers. Okay, now I will say that these two were vibing. I will admit that. Now, sometimes they say things at the same time. I don't know. Maybe it was a tad bit flirtatious. Probably from Meghan's restaurant era when she tried to pick up chefs. She probably wished she got this one, but she ended up with Corey and then ended up with a prince anyway. But there certainly was a bit of magic in the air. Oh, Harry, watch out there. Now, when she talks about Christmas crackers, this is what really annoyed me straight up, because there's no need to mention the royal family at all. You've been away from the UK a very long time. The UK don't even remember you, but she has to bring it up. So I was very disappointed very early on, because she said about Christmas crackers that living in the UK, it's just such a big part of the culture over there. Typically, people cross their arms and do it. They sit around the table and they all pull at the same time. It does feel really connected and sweet. The way that I started to know them was that they would always have a fortune cookie sized joke or riddle and something sweet inside. Now, Meghan only experienced 2 Christmases at Sandringham. So what the F is she even talking about? And can you please get the royal family out of your mouth, Meghan? Because it's not relevant. It didn't need to be brought up, but she has to do it. So this is just what I call harassment, allegedly. Honestly, there was no need for that. Now, Meghan also brings up Grace, and I would have to say she knows nothing about Grace. So even though Will was a standout guest, he actually was overshadowed by Meghan and her little royal gossip, trying to tell us what the royals do at Christmas. Now, I'm sure they don't care, but I do, and I was not happy with it. So, Meghan, that was unnecessary. It absolutely should have been cut from the episode. And I'm going to guess that People magazine and all those magazines now are going to be talking about it. So there you go. That was Meghan's attempt at dragging the royal family into her mess. Second guest, we have Lindsay Roth. Now, Lindsay clearly isn't enough on her own. So, Meghan's other friend, Kelly Zyphon, also gets dragged along. Meghan started this part of the show wearing pajamas. Like, no, like, please stop. Stop immediately. But that isn't all. She made Kelly and Lindsay wear the same pajamas. I felt bad when I saw Kelly walk out onto the set in her pajamas. She looked uncomfortable. That's just my opinion. Why would you make your friends wear pajamas on Netflix in front of the entire world? I thought that was actually quite mean, but they quickly got changed and they made these Christmas wreaths. Yes, it was as boring as it sounds. If someone said to me, okay, this is what we're going to do today, here's a whole heap of sticks and wire and random bells and ribbon and a whole heap of a cut up Christmas tree, and we're going to put it all together by ourselves and make a wreath, I would say, see you later. I'm sorry. Where's the coffee machine? I'm not interested in this. I'll watch. Well, probably I won't. I'll fall asleep. But it was awful. They ended up looking okay, but honestly, why are we watching this? Why is this an activity? They're drinking again as well. By the way, it doesn't take long for Meghan to start popping bottles. This was her wreath that she made. I mean, it's just all green. Like, it's not interesting. It is really, really dull. And it was quite complicated, by the way, as well. So there you go. That's what she did with her besties. Now, I did see Guy, her dog, around this part of the show as well. Now, keeping in mind that Guy actually died, allegedly, in January this year. So I'm guessing this show was taped last year, 2024, and well before Christmas, because Will makes a comment that this is the earliest Christmas he's had or something like that. The first time he's mentioned Christmas that year. So I'm guessing it's like September, October or something like that. So this was filmed over 1 year ago. Meghan then gets to some basic wrapping skills. Now, she told me she was going to teach me advanced wrapping. That does not happen. That did not happen in this episode. She wraps a wine bottle in a scarf. And honestly, it looks a mess. It looks an absolute disaster. You could just pop it in a bag and be done with it. She wraps something with a really weird kind of style. Okay, it's not terrible, but it's not advanced wrapping. No wonder she doesn't do this anymore. Probably no one was signing up to the classes. She also tells us to use wax seals. Wow. I mean, that's probably her trying to appear a bit royal as well. She says you can pre-do them and then stick them down with double-sided sticky tape. Meghan, that is completely ridiculous, and I think you've missed the point there. Now, her next guest is Naomi Osaka. Now, Meghan does not know Naomi. She sent a letter when Naomi was going through some hard times, when she was dropping out of tournaments and had some mental health issues. But as I have mentioned to you in another video, a lot of people did the same. People like Michelle Obama did it. Lots of other tennis players did it. So her sending a letter really isn't anything special. She does not know Naomi. And I hate to tell you, but these two did not vibe at all. At all. Naomi, why did you even go on this show? This whole part should have been cut out. It was actually terrible. Naomi, like, I'm sure she's great on the court and that's fine. It didn't work on screen at all. So Meghan gets them to do craft. Now, I don't think Naomi is a very crafty person either. So I can only imagine how uncomfortable this whole thing was for her. So you can see they've got some textures there, they've got some paints, and Meghan's great idea when she says, let's go do some craft, like some crazy person, is to get the textures and what have you and draw and paint on ceramics. Now, again, it sounds boring AF. And it was even worse to watch. Naomi has zero artistic ability. Meghan really doesn't have much either. She starts just writing on the mug. That's what you see there. Naomi actually calls her out and says, well, that's kind of cheating. And then boom, Naomi's gone. It's all over. Literally, after that comment, I think Naomi was asked to leave. So that was a very quick segment and it was terrible. Naomi, I'm sorry, you're not going to get your own Netflix show after this little episode here. Now, Meghan then decides that she's going to hand paint some cookies. Now, she does this on her own and she's sitting there drinking by herself doing this. And she says, oh, this is a great thing to do with kids. Where are the kids? The kids are nowhere to be found. So again, like, what are we doing here, Meghan? She's not telling us really how to do it. She's not explaining things. It's just her sitting there drinking and painting cookies. I mean, this is not a show. Like I said, she wouldn't have this show if it wasn't for Harry. Now, finally, we get to a proper chef. We get Tom Colicchio. Now, Tom comes in, and let me tell you something about Tom because I've never watched him before, but I know he knows what he's talking about. Meghan does not know him. She says she's read his book. I would doubt that. She lies all the time. He asks her, how did you get into cooking? And she basically says, well, I read your book and now I just love it. Now, that is absolute lie. Total BS. I don't think he bought it either. He's already signed to Netflix, so he got roped into this one. It's actually quite funny because he takes over the kitchen very, very quickly. You can see it's just a natural thing for him. He knows how to move around a kitchen. Meghan starts to fade into the background. You can see it happening in real time. It's hilarious. These two are not vibing at all. There's nothing similar about them both. He is a proper chef. She is a novice. Now he makes this salad. Okay, this is a tiny little interesting thing. I mean, I'll let you guys decide. But he makes this salad and it's got all these things in it. It's got beetroot, it's got olives, fennel, pickled veg. And she just starts giggling. Oh, I'll explain why I'm giggling. Harry hates all of those things, right? So, of course, Harry has to rock up right about now, doesn't he? So just as Meghan starts to cook a gumbo, Doria's recipe, in front of Tom, who I'm sure is thinking, oh, don't do that, wife. You got your jewelry on. What's going on here? Don't do it that way. You can see he looks uncomfortable. Suddenly, Harry just walks in. Now, I forgot how tall Harry is. He looks like he's about to hit the ceiling. So the camera work is all over the place. Meghan is very short. Very, very short. I'm sure she's barefoot because I think she likes to always be barefoot. I'm sure Tom didn't like that either in the kitchen. But he just suddenly pops in and they have this smooch and it's disgusting. And Tom looks uncomfortable AF, and I would be too. It's meant to be a bit of a funny thing because, oh, Harry hates everything that's in your salad. Ha ha ha. Like, Harry does try. I'll give him that. And I can see how he may be good at talking to people. The mood lifts like very, very slightly, but then it's just all the way down again because he leaves and it's all over. Doria doesn't make an appearance, even though Meghan is cooking her recipe and she's mentioned many times. Harry tries it and says it's not as good as your mum's. That annoys her, but they've kept it in because I guess it's a bit funny. Harry likes to try and be funny sometimes, and it kind of works. But you know that Meghan's got nothing when she has to bring Harry in. So this episode was terrible. Ups and downs, mostly downs, zero as ever products on the screen. You don't see anything at all. And honestly, really nothing happens. Really nothing goes on. It's just all blah, blah, blah. Heaps of backing music just to keep you interested or just so you don't fall asleep. So, guys, that is what happens on this episode. You don't need to watch it. It's terrible. It's really, really bad. This is the nail in the coffin for Meghan Markle. It is over. It is done. I should be popping a bottle right now. I wish I had one here. I could pop it. You could hear it go because I'm happy. You can hear I've perked up already. I don't have to go and watch any more of this garbage. I'm so happy. I'll watch her reels. That's fine. I can make videos about them. But watching her on Netflix has really taken years off my life. Oh, goodness. But guys, thank you so much for sticking with this episode. I really appreciate all of your comments. Thank you so much for supporting me. I love, love, love that you send me nice comments. It's very, very uplifting. I really do appreciate it. And oh, I've had enough for one night. I am out of here. Guys, please like and subscribe. More videos on the way. Have a great night, and I'll catch you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.